everyone. We have been on a soul eater drawing spree, and I'm loving the style of these characters. I love drawing them. And once more, and this might be the final one, Death the Kid. And this will be a little different. I'm not sure how it's going to come out. It's going to deal with two very complicated things. One is foreshortened, and two is drawing a pistol coming at you. And honestly, I suck when it comes to drawing pistols or hands grabbing pistol. I always need a reference. I suck at that. So I'm just throwing that out there. And I'm using a reference photo. It's the only way I can really teach this one. So let's get started with it. Once again, I'll do the best I can. I'll guide you through it. And so for this, foreshortened really is a little tricky dickens. I'm going to make it simple. I'm not going to spend too much time on the face. You know, keep that simple as possible. And worry more about the focus on the pistol and getting the foreshortened right. But you can see all I'm doing here. I'm just sketching a basic shape for a face. Nothing fancy. And what I'm going to focus on more is this arm. So you have the face, and the way the spine is, the spine will be coming down this way, and that's why I said foreshortening different poses is tricky. And you may notice, and you know that is kind of a critique, a criticism again. I completely understand people would say this, but you know, a lot of the drawings I do, I don't really use a lot of different dynamic poses, you know, of arms coming towards you or things. And the main reason is because they're on a whole different, complicated, complex level. And when it comes to concept art, like I am not great at that. I admit it. I'm better at just doing what I've been doing and teaching. And you know, I can teach that eventually, but the problem is I need a lot more experience with it, and I need a lot more to practice and learn. You know, I don't want to teach something that I'm not good at, because otherwise it's just going to ruin how you do it, you know. And so that's kind of the point I'm making when it comes to that. But eventually, you know, once I practice more and maybe learn a lot more with that. But see here, I'm just drawing the back, and notice how the back's just coming down, and then you have this arm. And big thing is this arm's going to come jutting out up. And it's really a weird pose. I kind of remember this arm's coming out. You won't see most of it, it'll be in the darkness. But all I'm going to do is draw a kind of big shape here. Notice all I'm doing is making a shape of the size. I'm not capturing the shape at all, but mainly the size of the hand. It's going to be almost as big as the face because it's coming towards you. So now I'm going to start to kind of work in the hand more. And this to me is an experiment too. This is a learning process. And that's why I highly recommend, if you want to get better, challenge yourself. Because, you know, that's something like I just mentioned before. I need to practice more. Because if I do the same poses or same things all the time, I'm learning, but I'm not really challenging myself, and I can't expect to grow and get better. But, you know, I'm just making basic shape. I'm not worrying about the fingers yet. I'm going to worry about the face first. So something like that for the hand. Let's get this face, and I want to capture the likeness. So you can make a center line coming down here. And ultimately, right here is where the nose, and then you have the eye for the lines, or the line for the eyes, I'm sorry, about here. But if you guys want to see an amazing concept artist, you know, talk about concept art, check out I Draw Girls. He's on my side over there, favorite artist and things. Absolutely amazing. I mean, it's stunning what he does. And, you know, Psychra, I believe, is another amazing artist. Highly recommend them. If being that, I mean, they just blow me away every time, and you learn so much. Watch their videos, because you will be blown away at how much you learn. And see, the hair just kind of falls down. It's very skinny. And on this side, this little hair is a little wider. You'll have the eye. And notice I'm focusing on the head, but I'm kind of focusing more when it comes to this on what the hand's going to be like. I got that in my mind. But you know, I still want to capture how he looks. Then on the back you have these little flips of hair. Then on nose is about right here, and just a little circle shape, kind of like with the Soul Evans, little mouth. And look how already you start to have a basic head. And all I started with was that circular skull shape, and real simple. Notice I'm doing it very simple, because the reason is simple is key, because when you get to the complicated hand, you're going to have to really concentrate. So I'm just making the eye. Eye sits on that line, and you can see it's almost a squinted shape. Then you have this other eye this eye is behind the hair, but where it kind of parts, I'm going to erase that, make it part a little wider. It kind of parts over here. You can see the eye, and the eyebrow comes in, does a zigzag. I'm going to go all back with this with mechanical pencil. And if I have time, I might make the hand back here. But, you know, right now, you don't want to overwork. So leave it at that. Try to get the basic face we just did. And now we're going to work on the gun and the hand. Like I said, this one will take a while. The reason I recommend doing that is because obviously, say if you go here and you do the gun, and say if it turns out like a nightmare, it looks horrible. Then you spend so much time doing an amazing perfect face, but the rest of it looks bad, so there's no point. You don't want to invest that much time, so I kind of jump around. That's why I think a lot of artists jump around. But for the hand, let's get the hand in first. Now that we got it. So ultimately, I'm looking at the thing here. This first finger is going to come up, and you have a knuckle here. So let's try to draw these shapes. Like I said, this is hard, so take your time. But notice how this finger comes down, and then it arches downward. And this finger is going to go between the pistol. I don't know what that term is called, but look at these little creases. And the hand, I'm going to erase this. What is that called? The trigger. It's on the trigger. So, and then I'm going to draw the rest of the hand, being that the hand is very simple too in terms. Everything kind of is simple compared to the pistol. Because like I said, you want to think in terms of what is going to be the hardest to draw. And in my opinion for this, it definitely is the pistol. And the reason is because it's coming towards you. It's very straight. You know, like I mentioned before, I suck. At least I feel like I'm really bad when it comes to geometric stuff. You know, that's not organic. Like, you know, human body forms, things like that are organic, plants. You know, natural things I can draw pretty good. When it comes to mechanical things, it's a whole different realm. So just a little shape for where the ring is, the kid skull ring. Notice all I'm doing is making these little finger shapes. And some are going to be covered up by the gun itself, so I'm not even worried about finishing it. But see, that's all I'm doing here. Then the end of it coming out here is where the pistol hand is going to be. I hope this comes out good. I'm trying hard. So now I'm going to start with the trigger, being that it's covering this part, but the trigger juts out. And you always have to follow these shapes, these horizontal, vertical lines. Now I actually zoomed in a bit more here, that way to show you a little bit more closer. But trigger, notice the trigger, this basic rectangle shape. But the reason I'm starting with that is because it overlaps the finger. I like to draw things that overlap first. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to think of the shape first before even looking at it. And the shape is going to be coming towards you. So think Now if you're looking at a rectangle, like any rectangle, see, and if it's coming towards you, it's going to look like that. And you know, the more you rotate it, it's like this box here, perfect example. Notice how, you know, right there it's like a rectangle shape, then the more you tilt it, you start to see that. So you kind of have to think of shapes, and it's a lot easier said than done, because like I said, it's a lot easier said than done. But I'm going to start bringing these lines coming towards us. And here's the fingers that are holding it. I messed around with the hand. The more this line comes towards us, and best way is make this line, we're going to divide in half. Make a line coming down, and the back end of it coming forward. Make this line come out. Just sketch these basic shape. And for the front, like I said, a rectangular shape, so make this huge, and then we're going to really, now we got this basic shape, very, very basic. I'm going to erase a lot of these lines and things to clean it up. Like I said, this is a hard one. Take your time. I hope this comes out. And so this line, there's a little circle here. Don't worry about getting every detail. Circle here. What we want to capture is the pistol. There's a little thing here for the clips. And this back here is dark, and it kind of curves down. Very important though, I'm going to switch to mechanical. These lines, 3 triangle shapes within this. This line comes in, and notice how it curves down. It's got a curve to the end of the barrel. So just follow these lines I'm doing, and hopefully yours will start to come together too. Where this curves, there's a curve on the gun here, and it just curves like that. You can start to see, and once I erase lines and do things, it'll come together more. With triangle shape, you got a shape here. And remember, it's foreshortened, so you're going to see inside of it, one here, then one more. You see the 3 triangles, and they're black. So I would go ahead and make that black just so you can kind of see things a little better. I'm trying the best I can. I'm sorry if this doesn't turn out the best drawing. Then there's a little like almost smiley face looking part here on the turned on its side. Then you got that little clip, which is circular. It's got a little circle. But more concerned, rather than the details, I'd be more concerned with just getting basic shape. This is blackened in. This is dark. Don't worry about getting everything, but remember there's a little part there for the gun, and then this clip curves up, and you know where the bullets go into. See how it just lines up, and then the end of it, it's got this nice rounded part, huge part here. You got this little edge. I seriously don't understand how people draw this good, man. It blows me away. Like that. And the bottom comes out, or this piece comes out, it's going to be a little darker from the shadow. And it'll line up. And right here, see it kind of arches down. So you have this shape. Same on this side, kind of arches in. So you got that basic shape, but it arches inward. And see how it just, very important you get this shape in, because that kind of forms the end of the gun. Little shape there. I promise you, once you clean things up, it'll look a little better. That's about it with that overworked in it. And of course the opening of the pistol, and I'll go back and shade the things in. With the pistol, just very open circle. And on there will be dark black. And you got another little ring. Just erase guideline marks. And kind of see how it looks. It's not, like I said, it's not the best, but just enough to get the idea that that's his pistols he's using. And then I'm going to go back. All these lines I'm going to make darker now. Now it'll start to pop out a little bit better. Very important though, you want to capture these basic shape areas. Like right here it arches down, so they'll have some shadow. Especially the triangles, make sure you get those kind of right. And for the hand, let's finish up the hand. These fingers are going to be going under. So this will be fun. Let's have some fun. Oh yeah, baby! Oh, let's have some fun now. These fingers will be going under. And the skull, through the lines, and I cannot tell you how relieved I am to be away from the gun. Like I said, I do not like drawing guns, anything with straight lines, mechanical. I hate it. I just don't have fun, because it's so boring. Your hand's doing the same things. You're not creating more of a fluid line. Like, I love drawing this hand right now. I'm having a blast moving it. So it's all a matter of preference, and something I stress in my other videos too is, if you don't like drawing something, then honestly don't draw it. I actually get asked a lot, and it's a good question. A lot of people ask me, do you recommend drawing things out of your comfort zone? And honestly, I told them yes and no. It's kind of a two-fold thing. Yes, I recommend it because you will kind of get better. You know, your hand gets more technical. You learn different curves and lines and the way things look. But at the same time, I said no. And the reason is because, and this is the case with me a lot of the time, the reason is you will spend time drawing things you don't want to draw. And as a result, it may not come out that good because you don't want to draw it. It's like, why read a book if I'm not even interested in the subject matter? It's kind of that idea, you know, you're just not going to get into it, you're not going to enjoy it as much. And so that's kind of my philosophy, and that's why I'm having a blast doing the rest of the character here. Right here you got these triangular shapes that are white. One, and then another going down the back. And another. It's kind of like, you know, like some people love to draw. It's kind of like, you know, some people love to draw cars. If that's what you love to do, draw it and practice different cars, practice different materials, and you'll get better. It's just really a matter of what you want to draw. Let's finish this up. And with the gun, I'm going to go back and shade things. I'll do it off video just to save time. But you'll see how the value will kind of make it pop out. But really, I'm happy with the hand and the little thing. Like I said, this is a hard one, so it's a long video. So I'm just going to come in a piece of paper here. Got a piece of paper so I don't smudge it. Just come in, see how we did the face? Well, I didn't want to start with the face. So just dark, this little nose here. And the hair, you got this one splits down. And oh my gosh, I can't even tell you what it's like. Here is another positive thing of drawing outside your comfort zone. Like after I drew the pistol, I was like, holy crap, I feel like I'm drawing so much better because I'm doing stuff that I'm more familiar with. And that's kind of a good thing about drawing outside your comfort zone. It gives you room to improve the things that you're already good at. Kind of brings this satisfaction of being back. So there's this. The hair in the back, the ear here. The ears got a little line. And very important, down the middle, you can draw a line, but there's a split about right here. You got the white bars. So you have one that starts about right here. Right there. Another one that starts where this line starts. I'm going to make the line a little higher. There you can see where it splits, and you can mess around with the lines. Then one more on the bottom starts right about here. Very important though, you get those lines in. Make sure they go all the way around the side of the drawing. So I'm going to sketch them in now that I got. There's like that. And then the rest of the hair, put X's because it's going to be shading. So just completely shade that dark. I'm going to leave that out just for time's sake. But the eyebrows, real skinny. He's got the same kind of little eyelid crease lines as Soul Evans. And the line comes in here. Pretty big. But notice the pupil smaller. Got these real eyes, and a squiggly line for the eyebrows. That's classic of the series, all the characters. And like right here, same thing with the eye. Right here. Another eye. Then you're going to see right here just partially the other skull, the way the body's thin, so you can draw that circle and then an eye here, an eye part there. You'll see a little bit more where the body laps, but all this will be dark. So all this behind here will be the shadow. I'm going to make lines. Like I said, this will be all darkened in, so I'm just going to put X's there. And just a few lines here and there. That's about it. To do the other hand, you just put it in the back. I can sketch this very, very quick. And notice how much smaller it is compared to the front hand. All you're going to draw is a simple side hand, and then the gun will be this side. So much simpler compared to before. And the hand. Got the fingers. Real simple shapes. You'll see the bottom of it. You won't really see too much. You can put a lot of it, just to scribble it and kind of get the idea. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll try to do more different types of drawings and things. But thanks everyone, I appreciate it. Thank you.